Hi, Matt here with Hudson Property Services, and in today's video we are here to go over the leasing checklist. So the leasing checklist is a free PDF download. It looks like this. It's available through the Property Management Trifecta Club. It's something that we put together to help you stay organized when you're leasing your properties. So there are several different steps to leasing a property. It really starts very early on with getting it prepared to market, getting it ready to take photos and get listed online. So it starts there and it goes all the way through having the resident move in. So there's so many steps to this. We put together a free PDF download so that you can just follow this checklist and make sure you're not missing anything as you progress through the leasing process. So today I'm going to go over the leasing checklist step by step and go over each section so you can see how it's used and how it can help you get your property leased without missing a step. So the first section of the leasing checklist is the property prep. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but this is just making sure that the property is ready, that everything's completed at the property, it's clean, that all the repairs are done. So you'll see on the checklist, it's got a list of things that you should check and make sure are completed before you take photos, before you list it online, before you bring people into the property. It's really important that you make sure that these things are done. You really want to put your best foot forward and make sure that it shows well and that people can see themselves in this space. So making sure that all these things are done on the prep checklist is very important before you hit the market. The second section in the leasing checklist is safety items. So again, very important to make sure that these things are done early on so you don't have to scramble to get them done later. We really recommend that you take care of these things before it hits the market, before you take photos, before you're bringing people in. Again, you want to put your best foot forward and make sure that it shows really well. You don't want to be scrambling later on to do these things. So the safety checklist is things like making sure that the smoke alarms are active and updated, carbon monoxide alarms, fire extinguishers, all those fire safety items, as well as making sure the property is secured. So ensuring that all the locks have been changed, so you got fresh locks for your new residents, making sure that window locks are working so that the property is secure, and all the safety items. Now, there is a little bit of extra space in each one of these sections so that you can add things on there. If you think of anything that's not on this checklist, or if there's something that's unique to your property, there's space there to add that. So that's available in the safety section and in each section on the checklist. On the second page at the top, you'll see leasing documents. So these are the items that you're going to want to prepare beforehand to get ready for the new resident. So you're going to need the lease agreement itself, but there's also several disclosures that you need in New York. Making sure that these things are available before you're ready to lease is important. So again, you're not looking for these things later on. You'll have everything prepared and ready to go for when you do find a resident. The next section is move-in inspections. So before anyone moves into the home, you're going to want to document the condition of the property. That means taking photos, sometimes videos, to document the condition. If there's anything in there that's not working or anything that may have some damage on it, or anything that's new. If you've installed new fixtures or fresh paint, anything that you've done in the property, you want to make sure that you get good photos and sometimes videos. We recommend going into each room and taking a couple photos from different angles. So when you walk in the room, you're going to want to step to a corner and take a photo in one direction, and then step to the opposite corner and take a photo of the opposite direction. You want to make sure you get floors, ceilings, all the walls, condition of paint, any new fixtures that you've installed. So if you've done any work in the kitchens or bathrooms, you're going to want to get photographs of everything. Open up all cabinets, appliances, so you can see not only the condition of them, but the fact that they're clean, so that again, you can compare at move out. If something is not in that clean condition, you'll have photo evidence of it. Another idea that we have on this checklist is to take photos of the fuel levels. So if you have a fuel tank, maybe you've got fuel oil or propane at the property, get a picture of that fuel level so you have a record of what it was at move-in. And then another thing is appliance labels. We recommend you get a photo of the appliance labels in the property, any appliance that's there, whether it's a kitchen appliance, furnaces, water heaters, so that you have the make and model recorded, so later on if you need to order parts or do repairs, you know what you're working with, the model and serial number of those appliances. You'll have a record of them for later on. And then finally on the checklist is resident reminders. So these are things that you're gonna wanna do at the leasing appointment. When the folks are moving in or when you're signing the lease and you're at the property, you're gonna wanna remind them of things like your policies, how to pay rent, how to submit work orders, and then also your policies regarding things like parking or your pet policy, your smoking policy at the property. Now is a good time when you're meeting with them at the property to either sign a lease or do a pre-move-in inspection. Now is a good time to go over those things, set the expectations, and you've got them right here on this checklist so that you don't forget anything. Again, there's a little bit of space underneath on the checklist so that you can add your own items. If you've got something that's unique to your policies or your property, it's right there on the checklist to go over during this meeting with the new resident. So we hope that this video was helpful. Please don't forget to go to our website, www.hpshomes.com. You can grab this free PDF download of our leasing checklist and sign up for the Property Management Trifecta Club. As a member of the club, you'll get notifications when new content comes out. So these are more helpful videos like this, more free PDF downloads, and just a whole host of things that'll help you run a more effective rental property. Thanks so much for watching.